The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, it's been a while since I've been back on set, but I am back on set. It's good to be back in familiar surroundings. And in this particular video, we're gonna talk about something that concerns the January 23rd fight between Angelo Leo and Stephen Fulton as they both square out for the WBO title at 122. Now, this is a fight that's been damn near half a year in the making. The original fight was supposed to take place August the 1st. We got a positive test from Stephen Fulton. Then there was a fight. Then it was supposed to take place, I believe, on December the 4th or 5th. Positive test of Angelo Leo. So fingers crossed, there's no more, foolishness with the Chinese virus test, and we can finally proceed with this fight. Now, Angelo Leo, and I only want to camp out on Angelo Leo because, if you guys have seen any of my videos about Angelo Leo, you guys know that I'm a little bit higher. I'm higher on Angelo Leo than most of the boxing world. I think he's being very underrated. He's being very slept on, and I think he's been very disrespected. So much so to the point where I can honestly say with full confidence that he is the most disrespected champion in boxing. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, talking about Angelo Leo and Fulton, the first thing we must address and must attack in this video is that Angelo Leo, in this particular fight, opens up as the betting underdog. Yes, Angelo Leo, the champion, is the underdog in this fight because he's fighting the great Stephen Fulton, the unbeatable Stephen Fulton, the best 122-pounder in the world, Stephen Fulton. And look, I've already made my video. I've already said that Angelo Leo is going to beat the brakes off Stephen Fulton. And when he beats the brakes off Stephen Fulton, I need all y'all out there to keep that same energy. All y'all saying cool boys this and cool boys that and Scooter is this and Scooter is that. Keep that same energy because I want Angelo to get his just due because he didn't get his just due when he fought Tremaine Williams. And before that fight, we had some people even here on True School Sports on the live saying, "Oh, well, Tremaine's he's too slick. He's too slick of a southpaw. He's too speedy for Angelo." And then he beats her with relative ease, and now Tremaine is a nobody. Now Tremaine is we never heard of this guy. We don't even know who the hell this guy is. That's people were saying after Angelo beat Tremaine Williams. So, people aren't keeping the same energy for Angelo Leo. They always say in boxing that when you win a world title, that the fighter who wins a world title improves by 20%. He becomes more self-assured. He becomes more confident. And people aren't taking that into account. They just think Stephen Fulton is this special fighter. And look, I'm not taking nothing away from Stephen Fulton because when we look at Fulton's resume, on paper, he's got a better resume than Angelo Leo, it would seem. He's beat Adam Blue Nose Lopez in an 8-round fight, which was a majority decision back in 2017 when he was an up-and-coming fighter. That was good ring experience for Fulton. Beat him. Beat Arnold Kagai, very good one at the time. Beat Arnold Kagai for the WBO International Super Bantamweight title. A good little regional trinket. That was his last fight before Angelo Leo. So he's got a couple names on his resume, but I don't think the gap in resume and the performances that he has on his resume are enough to suggest that he should be that much of a favorite over Angelo. You know what I'm saying? He's like, as far as betting goes, in betting terms, Angelo Leo is a plus 175, so that basically means if you bet $100 on Angelo Leo, you get 175 back. Fulton is a minus 245, so he's a slight favorite. But I don't even think he should be a favorite, to be honest with you. I don't think he should be a favorite. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think he should be a favorite. Number one, let's just look at the resume of Fulton, okay? Let's look at it. I'm not here trying to nitpick. I'm just giving you guys my honest assessment. I could be wrong, or like many times I could be right because I'm the untouchable. But look, let's start with 2017, and I talked about this in the last video. Okay, actually, let's actually take it back all the way to 2015. Let's start there. Okay, so in 2015, Stephen Fulton fought Joshua Greer. Yes, that Joshua Greer, the same Joshua Greer that was at one point in time knocking a lot of people out at 118 pounds, looking sensational. But ever since he stepped up, he's looked like a very, 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 very average fighter. When Joshua Greer fought, what's his name, Nikolai Potapov, I thought a lot of people, myself included, thought he lost that fight. And he hasn't been looking that good in his recent outings. He's been getting dropped on the regular, been having close fights on the regular, been getting gift decisions on the regular. So Fulton fought him, Greer, a guy that, it was Greer's fifth professional fight at the time. Greer was still trying to figure out what the hell his best weight class was. So Greer at the time was fighting at 122. And Fulton beat him, but it was by majority decision. It wasn't it wasn't like a lopsided victory. And that was the fight where Greer realized that he wasn't a 122 pounder, and he stayed at 118 and made a decent little career for himself at 118. But it was majority decision, and I feel like we could look at Greer now, and we could look at Greer and see what he's done at 118. And I'm not trying to use a triangle theory, but I'm just saying Greer is a guy he's very small. He don't punch at the elite level. He's not really punching that hard. And I like Greer, but he hasn't really shown himself to have that world class power at 118, let alone 122. So for him to have a competitive fight with Fulton that ended in a majority decision, it leads me to believe that maybe Fulton doesn't have the punching power to keep smaller fighters off of him. Let alone a guy like Angelo Leo who's gonna be, just barreling down on top of him. I guarantee it in this fight. So there's that's strike one. Strike two is the Adam Lopez fight. Adam Lopez, a talented fighter. I like Blue Nose. Blue Nose Lopez is a good fighter. That was an 8-round fight. This is a fight for Stephen Fulton where he's still trying to find himself as a fighter. In the sport of boxing, getting that ring experience. Working on some things. And look, he was very fortunate in this fight that it was an 8-rounder. He got a majority decision victory. I thought it was a draw. I thought it could have been a draw, but I'm not angry at the decision, but I thought it could have been a draw. He didn't look great in that fight either. Even if you thought you won, there's no way you could look at that fight and say Stephen Fulton looked like a great fighter in that fight. And Adam Lopez was a Angelo Leo sparring partner. And in my humble opinion, he's a less talented version of Angelo Leo. In my opinion, I don't see Adam Lopez as a guy in that upper echelon, a good contender, a good solid contender, maybe fringe contender, but not an upper echelon fighter. He went the distance with him. So that's already 2 strikes against Fulton. And then the third and most damning strike against Fulton is he's fighting. Not only is he fighting Angelo Leo, he's fighting an Angelo Leo that's champion. And look, if I'm wrong, you guys can come in this video and rip me to shreds. But I don't believe I'll be wrong in this fight. Rip me to shreds in the comments if Angelo loses this fight. But he's fighting an Angelo Leo that's champion, and this is a young man, a young kid. And I don't know if I should call him a kid because me and him are about the same age. But this is a young fighter that he trains extremely hard. I mean, extremely hard. And that sounds cliche to say, but I really mean it. Like, I really mean it. I have a couple of friends. I have one friend in particular who's really close to Angelo, and I've got a chance to know Angelo myself. And so, yes, I am a bit biased. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a bit biased in what I'm saying. I do think I am a bit biased, but for good reason. I'm biased for a reason because I've been exposed to just the type of guy Angelo Leo is, the type of fighter he is, and from talking to people in Vegas that aren't his friends, that have unbiased opinions, they've all told me the same thing, that this kid trains so hard, that his spirit in the gym is just different than most fighters. So I feel like if whoever beats Angelo Leo, he's got to be someone who is very special. He's got to be someone that's mentally in a whole different place. And like, no disrespect to Fulton, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think a guy that had a majority decision win against a smaller Joshua Greer and a less talented Adam Lopez, and didn't even stop Herman Mraz, who, by the way, if you guys don't know who Herman Mraz is, Fulton fought Herman Mraz, who was a journeyman in 2018, and he was a 100 fight journeyman, over 100 fights, and he had been stopped 8 times in his 100 plus fights in his career. Fulton failed to stop him. So I don't think a guy that goes to distance with Herman Mraz is beating Angelo Leo. I don't see it, because I don't see how he's going to be able to keep him off of Angelo. And truthfully speaking, I only see Fulton throwing one type of jab. Just one type of jab. I don't think he's got variations with his jab. I don't think his jab is different. I think his jab is it's good, it's quick, it's speedy, but it's, in my humble opinion, it's very ordinary. And if Fulton wins, look, I'll be here. I'll humble myself, and I'll give him his just due. You guys have seen him. When fighters are proving me wrong, I'm not the type of person to to hold a grudge or anything. I give them the credit. I give them their flowers. I give them the just due. But Angelo Leo is the most disrespected champion in boxing. He really is. I mean, I've been talking for 10 minutes, but look, Angelo Leo, aside from being the underdog betting wise, he's also, look, if we just go through ESPN's rankings, which by the way are awful. ESPN has the most awful boxing rankings in the entire sport. Just going through the 122-pound rankings, I mean, they are horrible, atrocious, a disgrace to the sport of boxing. I mean, you got guys like Daniel Roman at number 3. You got Isaac Dogba at number 5. You got Brandon Figueroa at number 6. You got Gavin McDonald at number 7. The guy that got knocked out by Anoya. You got him at number 7. You got Azhat, that dude with the weird name, Azat Hoven. The guy with 3 losses, whatever his name is. The guy with 3 losses. He's ranked number 9. And then you have Angelo ranked number 10. So you're talking about a guy who's champion. A guy who is world champion in a weight class, being ranked number 10 in a weight class. So Angelo Leo, going into this fight, he's the betting underdog. He's being disrespected by many of the media, many of the fans, and ESPN at being ranked number 10. He's basically the champion, but he's being treated by like a mandatory challenger. And I just think that's a very, very big mistake. A very big mistake. Because, like I said, this kid, if you could take a quick glance at his resume and you know anything about boxing, okay, I mean, let's just look at his last 4 fights, okay? We'll look at his last 4 fights. Last fight, he fought Tremaine Williams, a very speedy southpaw who is not someone easy to fight on short notice and look as good as Angelo did. But he did. He made it look easy. He made Tremaine Williams look like a nobody. And I guarantee you, if you put Tremaine Williams in there with Stephen Fulton, Tremaine Williams will win more than 2 or 3 rounds against Stephen Fulton. I guarantee it. Angelo just made Tremaine look like a nobody, but he's not a nobody. Good win there. The fight just before that, he fought Cesar Rocky Juarez. The same guy that went the distance with the great Nonito Donaire. Tough veteran. What did Angelo do with him? He showed the kind of fighter that he could be on the night. He stopped him and broke him down. And then, a couple fights before that, he fought Neil John Tabano, a tough fighter from I believe from the Philippines. And that was a good fight for him on the way up. So look, excuse me for being a bit of a skeptic, but I just don't think a guy that had 2 very fortunate majority decision victories against a small Joshua Greer, a less talented Alan Lopez, who didn't stop a 49-loss journeyman, and who's coming off of a year of inactivity. I don't think that guy is beating Angelo Leo. I don't. And Angelo Leo is the most disrespected and champion in boxing. Name me one other fighter in the whole sport that you've seen. If you're someone out there that's been watching the sport for a long time, I want you to tell me, if you can, when was the last time you saw a fighter who held a world title ranked number 10 in his respective weight class? If you can tell me that, that'd be great, because I can't think of a time that happened. So look, Angelo Leo, the most disrespected champion in boxing. Angelo Leo, the WBO Super Bantamweight champion. Angelo Leo, the fighting pride of New Mexico. He will beat Stephen Fulton. He will beat him, and he's gonna do it convincingly. And if not, let me have it in the comments. Because that's what we're here for. We're here to have fun and have a great time here on True School Sports. And if you know Stephen Fulton, look, get him this video. I'm sure Fulton will get this video at some point. Get it to him. Why not? Maybe give him some extra motivation. That way we can get the best Stephen Fulton, the best 122-pounder in the world, Stephen Fulton, at his best, undefeated, 26 years old, motivated, focused, got his crab shack business. He's on his shit, Stephen Fulton. So we want that guy to be at his best, so that when Angelo Leo beats him, y'all can keep that same energy. Keep running your mouth, But that's my video. Angelo Leo, the most disrespected champion in boxing, will be Stephen Fulton on January 23rd, and we'll be here on True School Sports to discuss it all when it happens. So leave your comments down below. Make sure you take your time and subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.